What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video I will show you the latest news directly related to our story. I will show you how you can virtually attend on the meeting that will take place in just several hours. Then I will show you that FINRA potentially already has the blue sheets, and I will show you that the process of receiving this data is extremely simple. And at the end of this video I will share another path how we can interact with one of our headliners. And before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and drop me a line in the comment section for whatever reasons you want. So let's start with the latest news. We are on MMTLPresources.com, and the latest news was made just several hours ago, and it's titled, "Here's how to watch the Gensler hearing." And let me show you this news in detail. The full committee hearing of the oversight of the US Securities and Exchange Commission is Tuesday, September the 12th. Here's how to tune in live. Date Tuesday, September the 12th. Time 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you happen to be in DC and have admittance credentials, the hearing is located here, Dirksen Senate Office Building 538. For the rest of us, we'll be watching online. You can use the following link to tune in live once the time approaches. Here is the link. And let me quote further. "We are hopeful a senator may ask Gary a question about MMTLP, but honestly we don't expect it. Set realistic expectations when watching. The Committee on Banking, Housing and Urban Affairs will meet in open session hybrid format to conduct a hearing on oversight of the US Securities and Exchange Commission. The witness will be the Honorable Gary Gensler, Chair, US Securities and Exchange Commission." And I have to say that this meeting will be dedicated to other problems. It is not dedicated to MMTLP problem, but in general, potentially some of our community members could reach their congressman, and this congressman might ask this type of questions. But guys, to be honest, I don't think that we might see some differences in their agenda. That is why I don't suggest you to rely for 100% on this meeting. But nevertheless, every opportunity is the opportunity. And in general, I have to say that we already have 15 Congress members who signed the petition. And recently, just several days ago, we had the meeting between the congressional staff and SEC staff as well. And SEC stonewalls Congress, and I covered it in one of my previous videos. And I have to say that in general, let me show you this. What might happen if they continue to do so? And Paul T asked this question. Mark Basile, not sure if you know the answer to this. If Congress subpoenas the SEC for the MMTLP audited aggregated share count and the SEC does not follow through, how will Congress be able to enforce the subpoena? And Agent James responded, I believe its contempt of Congress and Gary Gensler can be arrested by the Master at Arms and charged federally. And Mark responded, mostly correct. So, definitely it is a very severe violation that someone doesn't follow the rules, doesn't follow the questions that were asked by Congress members, and that is why I still think that we might see some kind of resolution from this point of view. On top of that, let me show you this information. We are on John Burda's official Twitter account, and he wrote and he retweeted several tweets. First tweet was made by that.eo, and he refers to the tweet that was published 18 hours ago by Matthew Silla, and he wrote, former Chief SEC Office of Internet Enforcement John Reed Stark mentioning SEC blue sheet data obtainment process. And he also retweeted Jung Series tweet, and she made a very good summary. So she wrote, former Chief Office of Internet Enforcement regarding blue sheet. Usually it is a very informal thing, and I can say, hey, you can gather all that data for me. He'll say, yeah, just send over the normal request. And then within a day or so, maybe less, I know everybody who is trading in that security. Does that sound complex and unduly burdensome? And definitely it is not. And I have to say that we have a lot of evidence and we have a lot of information that FINRA stonewalls the process of receiving this data, and this might happen only in one case, if they have something to hide. And if it is the case, definitely it shows that potentially we are at the edge of something big. Because if it becomes a public information, we will see, and potentially we might have a huge changes on the securities, on the exchanges, and on the market in general. And that is why we have to fight and to continue to push our case forward. On top of that, let me show you a very interesting tweet that was made by Kostas, and he wrote, "You're silly to think the MMTLP blue sheets haven't already been unofficially pulled by FINRA. The FOIA tells us they were pulled by SEC and FINRA on December the 5th. Reality is FINRA and SEC and Gary Gensler already know truth about how bad they screwed up and are fighting real hard to never release the blue sheet counts because they are trying to protect the brokers' pocketbooks who pay them at the expense of retail investors. Reality is infinite risk in the US markets is a bitch. If it works both ways, and we know the truth. There are a lot of oversold counterfeit shares that need a market-based resolution, especially when any day NBH can be sold off. How many more US-based oil fields exist out there now that Alaska is being shut down? Pay me for the MMTLP fiasco." Thankfully, the Financial Committee, FSC, Democrats, and Senate Finance are asking questions. Thanks Pete Session, Patrick McHenry, Representative Maxine Waters, Rep. John Rose, Rep. Andy Orgles, and other people who signed the letters to SEC and to other authorities. And yes, it is a very severe problem for the entire market, not only for MMTLP community. And that is why we have to unite and push our case forward, because for now, the more stonewalling processes we have on our path, this shows that we are closer and closer to resolution. And guys, let me show you another quite interesting detail. We know that we have several headliners, and definitely they are Mark Basile, Rosa Towell, Richard Hoffman, Alan Hensley, Syntax Queen of the Metaverse, Junk Savvy, and many other people who are trying to help the community to solve this problem. And definitely you can reach some of them for different questions, but let me show you that we have another path how we can directly interact with Rosa Towell. Let me remind you that she was the first person who filed a lawsuit against FINRA. And for those of you who don't know, recently she created her own YouTube channel. And for now, it is another way how we can interact with her regarding our issue. So, 14 hours ago she wrote, "Thank you all for the support, as always. I treasure this community and the way I have been embraced so much. To those asking me opinion about remedies to the situation or about Wes Christian, you can find the answers here. If you have questions, send an email and I will answer on YouTube Live." She also added this, "YouTube Live is such a better source for me to read live chats and answer questions. It's so much better for me than Spaces, so if you email questions in advance, I'll start the live with those and then continue to answer questions that appear during the filming." And I have to say that it is very important and useful information because we can ask Rosa directly regarding our issue. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.